Chancellor of Liberty University. The reason why we're talking about this because the faith-based initiatives with Barack Obama is now being merged with the EPA. That doesn't sound spooky at all. This is a partnership of government and church. This is what our founders warned us against. And quite honestly, I don't think most parishioners know, because many of them grew up. I mean, if you're Catholic, there's a split in the Catholic Church, those who mean it in the Marxist way and those who don't. And so the parishioners might have been growing up around it and didn't even notice it, and so they don't know. Some people in the church who are running the church may not even really know in some cases. So what should parishioners do going into their church to
remind their pastors that Jesus taught personal charity? He also taught the parable of the talents. He gave us the parable of the talents, where the master had 3 servants and he condemned the one who didn't invest his talents in the marketplace. He praised the one who went out in the marketplace and earned money and succeeded. Sound like free enterprise to me. But our students at Liberty...
Jesus was a capitalist?
That one parable sure sounds like it. But it just took, we have 50,000 online students, 12,000 resident students at Liberty, and they're all training to go into different professions. But last year they donated 674,000 hours of community service to our little town of Lynchburg, Virginia. When they graduate, our concern is that if the government takes the fruits of their labor, they won't be able to give to help the poor, to obey Jesus' commandments, to spread the gospel around the world. That's why I'm concerned as a chancellor of a university, as a father of 3, and I really think that that's what parishioners need to say to their pastors is, we are the ones that are supposed to carry out Jesus' commandments, not the government. The government, if you trust them to do it, they'll bungle it. It's the church's job. Don't abdicate to the government.
Do you think that we're in real trouble? I mean, we were talking before we went on the air about George Whitefield. Here's a show that's talking about George Whitefield. Most people don't even know who that is. This guy taught the difference between individual liberty and can you do that? Can you tell me the difference between collective rights and individual rights? That was George Whitefield. That's huge in America.
Well, basically, one of the great messages that George Whitefield brought is that everybody has a soul. Everyone stands alone before God. It's like the 23rd Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd. And when he preached, and by the way, he had a voice that could be heard by 30,000 people at one time. Ben Franklin literally walked around Philadelphia streets seeing how far George Whitefield's voice could go. It could fill a city. So he had a booming voice. And he said, you must be born again. As an individual, you need to have a personal relationship with God. Is the Lord your shepherd? And when you bunch everybody together as a group, it means that collectivism says you don't have to worry about yourself before God. And then the next step is, not only is your soul not right with God, but then all that you do is tied in with the big movement.
Okay. Back in just a